What's up, Showiteers? In the last few videos, we created some custom post types and we got them to connect to our Showit website. It's all displaying on a wonderful archive page for the world to see. But what if we wanted to go a little bit further? What if we wanted users or visitors to our website to be able to click on those custom post types and have an experience when they were looking at that post that was different than their experience with a blog post? What would we do? Well, that's what we are talking about today. We're going to create a template for a single post of a custom post type. It's not super difficult. I'm going to take you through it every step of the way. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, so we've got our team members post all showing up on the About page. But what if I wanted to make these clickable? Or what if I wanted to allow users to be able to click these images and that go to the post of each of these team members? Because remember, we add a little bit of content here and we're not really seeing that. So let's do what we would normally do over here on the Showit side of things. If you click on the image, you can go to click actions, and then in the type, we're going to set that to WordPress post. We're going to do that to each of these images and each of these canvas views. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll click publish, and then we will go over to our settings. We'll force publish this theme. Then I'm going to refresh, and now these are clickable. The problem is that this looks like our blog post, and this wasn't really the purpose of the blog post. We weren't really wanting our employees to show up as a blog post. Like, you know, the images that we're using for their headshots, they weren't meant to be the full width of the screen. This image isn't square, so Ryan's eyes are getting cut off. We don't want people to leave comments. So what do? Well, the solution is we create a template to have this display these post types the way that we want it to be displayed. All right, so the first thing that we do is we're going to come over here into our Showit app, and we're going to go to the blog template page. So again, right now, our team members post type is showing up just like our single post template is displaying, right? Because WordPress has all these defaults. Like it says, oh, you're this custom post type. Well, I'm going to look for a template that is specific to that post type. Oh, it doesn't have a template for that post type. So then I'm going to go to the next step. I'm going to go to the single post template, and I'll use that in order to display all of the content that is being asked for by the website visitor. So we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into a custom layout for how we want our team members to look. So easiest way to do that with single post selected, I'm going to click this little ellipsis here. We'll click duplicate. Let's move that up around the About page, and we're just going to say team member. Okay, all right. So what we did for the archive page over here in the template info, we're going to do something similar for the team member, right? So over here with the top little bar selected, I don't even know what to call that. If you have a fun name, please let me know and we'll just start calling it that. If you can't get here, by the way, if you don't see it over here on the right, it likely means you've got a canvas or an element selected. And in order to get to it, just click that top bar and it should take you right there, right? So there it is, template info. Now over here, instead of single post being selected on the WordPress template, we're going to come down to custom. And it's kind of giving you a little bit of a hint as to what to use. It's single dash and then whatever the slug is of the custom post type, right? So do you remember what we used over for the archive page? And if you have trouble remembering what your slug type or what your slug was, you can always come over to the CPT UI plugin and just click on Add Edit, click the Edit tab, and then select the post type that you're wanting the slug from the drop-down menu and copy and paste. Okay, so then I'm going to paste that into there. And now this becomes the template for the team members post type. So if I click publish and then force generate the theme, then this will be what it uses. But this is really no different than the blog post template, right? So we're going to make a few changes because that was the whole purpose of this thing. So let's get rid of some stuff. We don't really need that full width image up there. We're going to make this image a little bit smaller, and we're going to make it square because our headshots are more than likely always going to be square. Okay. So then I'll take this post content. I'm just going to cut and paste here. We'll leave that down there. Let's move this over a little bit, give it a little bit of space. Move that over here. Okay. Let me get rid of this empty section here. And again, we don't want people to leave comments about our employees. That sounds like an HR nightmare. And so I'm going to delete all that. We'll leave this pagination so that if people want to, they can go back and forth through all the different employees in the company, which is kind of fun. So these are our placeholders for those posts, right? We've got this image here, and that's selected as the WordPress featured image. We've got this copy here, and it's just dummy copy, but we've told Showit that this is the placeholder content for the post content of this WordPress post type. So we don't want this to be an H1. This is just paragraph. Then let's add a title. We'll go ahead and make that the full width. And this can actually be bigger because we've got plenty of space. We're going to change the placeholder to be post title. And then let's add the employee position. Put that right under there. We'll make this big. We'll left align it. And then in text properties, do you remember what this was supposed to be? This is our post excerpt. Let's just clean this up a little bit. I'm going to click publish. Okay, now let's come through and go to settings, force generate our theme, and let's refresh this. Whammo, blammo, there it is, my friends. And so now we have a template for the team members custom post type that looks completely different, much more appropriate for our team members. So come to the About page, click on Candace, there it is. It looks the same. Come to the About page, click on Alan, there it is. It looks the same. We can go back and forth through all the employees, and there you have it. Okay, so here's a little bonus content, just because you're probably going to run into this where somebody either leaves the company or maybe their position changes, like maybe Candace is actually going to become the CEO. They're a little dueling CEO. So maybe Ryan comes in one day and says, you know what, Candace, I can't handle the stress of being co-CEO with you. And so I would like to be the CFO. I just want to handle the finances. And Candace is like, that's fine, but I want to be the first image on the About Us page in the employee section. And Ryan's like, I don't care. I just can't handle the stress. At least that's the story I'm telling myself for our fake company. It's very successful, by the way. Just in case you were wondering, we have been in the Inc. 500 for 6 or 7 years in a row now, but who's counting? Okay, so let me show you how to do that, and then what it looks like even if we were to add another employee, okay? So first things first, let's just kind of do some rearranging and some editing. So there's a great plugin that actually allows you to just move post up and down in WordPress, right? And when you do that, it changes the order on how it's displayed over here on our About Us page. And that would be the same thing for any post type that you had. So your blog post, or if you had another custom post type, you'd be able to do this. But there's a few things that you want to make sure that you do. First of all, we're going to just look for the plugin. It's called Simple Custom Post Order or something like that. I never remember. But there it is. Yep, Simple Custom Post Order. You can see it. It's by ColorLib. I've activated it and installed it. But by default, it will not allow you to rearrange, right? It won't allow you to do what I just did, which was just pick up and grab and move around, okay? You actually have to come into the settings and tell it which posts and post types you would like to be able to rearrange or drag and drop, right? So by default, it looks like this. So if you want to be able to move team members around, you got to come into this setting and say, yes, move those team members, and then update, and then bam, it's ready to go, right? So if I come over here on post, because this isn't selected, I can't drag anything. But if I come over here, simple custom post order, and say, yes, you can do that for posts, I update it, go in here. Now I can come through and I can move these bad daddies around. Okay, so let's go ahead and add another team member. And I've got a few just ready to go here, just so that you can kind of see what this looks like and how to design for it in the future. So this is Alice, and she is our new accountant. So what happens, right? All right, so I've published, and boom, Alan gets bumped down. Sorry, Alan. Alice is an accountant. She's got a little more seniority over you, and you're getting the shaft, okay, buddy? And so it will do this every time you add someone else, right? It will just add them to the next rung of the ladder. And when it hits 3 and you add one more, then it'll create another section, and it'll keep looping and looping. You could have 100 employees, and you won't have to touch this again because you have already done the work. And the same is true if you come through and you delete somebody. So let's say Alan's really hurt by the fact that Alice got to be in a higher position on the About Us page. And so he's like, I'm leaving. And so you're like, no problem. All I have to do is just delete you from the custom post type, and it just fixes it all. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be like that because you're a nice person, but suffice it to say, you don't have to do anything. It all does it for you. WordPress does it for you. All you had to do was this work at the very beginning, and you're saving yourself time and allowing yourself to be super creative with how these things show up. All right, so now you know everything that you need to know in order to create custom post types in WordPress and then connect them to your Showit website. And the truth is that this is just the beginning for you, okay? The sky's the limit on the amount of applications or the different ways that you can use custom post types with your Showit website. You can do some super creative things. You could use it to manage a lot of content so you don't have to needlessly go back in and redesign things and move stuff around. So go out there and try something out. And when you do, reach out to us, let us know so that we can celebrate you and show it off to other people. Until next time, keep cultivating the creativity that exists inside of you. We will see you soon.